You want to open it up for questions from Coach Barnes and Jalea and Lucia?
Yes, Coach, what do you think? First exhibition, a lot of newcomers. How do you think it went?
I think it was ugly at times, but I think that we had some pretty good execution for our first game for so many young players out there. But definitely saw a lot of things we need to work on. But I think overall, I think it was better than I anticipated. So.
Jalea, you had a big game. I guess what was working for you?
Like she told me to attack. When I first got in, I shot 2 jump shots, and she said, "Get the ball and attack because they can't guard me." And so that's what I did. I was just attacking. I was just trying to be aggressive.
So she just decided to have 35 points.
I saw you before the game, kind of orchestrating the layup lines and stuff like that. Is that kind of something you have to do because this team's really young?
So many new players too.
Yeah.
Just trying to because this is our first time actually doing the warm up, and since I know how it goes, I know how it goes. Lucia, Destiny, so we're just trying to get them we got to move it quick. So.
Lucia, your ball handling is much better. I was amazed by your ball handling. You broke a couple ankles out there on crossovers. And did you playing in Spain this summer with the national team, did that help you out a lot?
Yeah, I did. I've been practicing for a month during summer, and then we played the Champions League, and then I get back here and keep practicing. So yeah, it helped me a lot. Yeah.
Be impressed.
I think she changed in a lot of ways. I think that her first year she didn't really know what to expect, had never seen really American basketball. And then just physically she changed her quickness, her body, everything. She holds her shoulders higher. I think that she's kind of known what to expect, but she's drastically changed and improved. I think that's what you notice in the both of them is that they've worked on their game. Their skill has gotten better because she had a tough time handling the ball at the beginning. And for her, the way she was reading the on-balls, re-screens and stuff, I think she did a great job of that tonight.
Yeah, I noticed in the first quarter when everybody else seemed a little tentative, it was a, oh my God, we're in our first game kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You took over until Jalea came in the game, but you took over and you scored 6 points or something, but you were just like, give me the ball back. I need the ball. And did you see that?
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of freshmen, and I know that it's hard in your first year to step up and take shots and everything. So I said, you are a returner, so I have to do it.
And we need that. We need that consistently for sure from Lucia.
Is that why?
And Jalea.
Is that why you kind of started? Jalea didn't start. You started three.
Well, Jalea had been out for a while, so that's why she hadn't been at practice, and she was just at practice the last couple of days, and it wasn't anything that was necessary. We just decided to let her rest for a few days. So that's one of the reasons. And then for me, it's a perfect time exhibition game to get some of those jitters out. You know, Sammy and Sam Thomas, for them to experience that, and they were scared, and they should be. They're freshmen. It's hard. It's scary. So I think learning through that, they'll get better next game, and then by the time we hit our regular season, or our non-conference season, but our official games, they'll be more prepared.
I think that first quarter, I think everybody was kind of jittery, it looked like, and then the second quarter, with her settling down, and then obviously you coming in, I think that really helped the younger, the freshmen to kind of, okay, this is going to be okay type thing.
Yeah, I think so too, for sure.
How confident do you guys feel right now? It kind of looked while you guys were playing that, of course, you were establishing that leadership. So just with that first exhibition, how confident do you feel?
I feel pretty confident.
She should feel confident, yeah. 35 points.
I think confidence is essential in this, especially. I have to be confident, Lucia has to be confident, Destiny needs to be confident. So that way, if we're confident and they see us confident, they have a reason to be confident and it helps them. But I'm pretty proud of them. Sam did a really good job of stepping up. I'm extremely proud of Lucia. In practice, you'll hear Lucia telling people where to go if they're messing up the play. She'll take over, and so that wasn't Lucia last year. I'm very proud of Lucia.
They both have improved not only on the court but off the court. I think leadership in the locker room. You mentioned the layup lines, all those little things. I think you wouldn't have seen Jalea do that as much last year. So definitely they've embraced a new role. Even Destiny has also. And it shows and it's paying off. We talk a lot about our culture, and because that will lead to better things on the court. And so just all those little things they're doing off the court, it's really been, because to me they're directly correlated. So those things are important, and whether it's talking to freshmen, and I think you also see that now with our team. You see that from Ari, Dom, and Titi. In practice, our practice team is really freaking good. It's really good. Sometimes I'm like, damn, you can't play now. But it's a really good team. But what I liked, they weren't just like, oh, we're gonna kill these, youngsters. But they were talking like, Ari was saying to Marley, you gotta do this, this, this. So she was competing against her in her shorts defensively, but then she was coaching her. And tonight on the bench, you saw great energy from TT, Dom, and Ari, and that's a hard role to be in. They're all transfers, they have to sit out, but they make us better. And they're so important, they're so valuable on the bench, and just coaching players on the bench and bringing energy, and it's contagious, and I think that's a huge role for this team.
Coach, with going 2 for 14 from 3, obviously, were you kind of pulling back and just, obviously she was driving and basically you didn't have to pull up for the long shot, but is that something you're going to work on between now and next?
Yeah, and the crazy thing is that's numbers that we used to have like last year,
Right,
too, but we didn't
right.
really have a lot of great three-point shooters. This year we have some pretty good three-point shooters and more, and Jalea's even improved on her outside shot. But I think that we just took some tough three-point shots. I think we just kind of jacked shots up, or when in doubt, we just kind of shot the 3. So they weren't, when you take tough shots, your percentage is going to go way down. So it'll go up because we'll take better shots. But I think that when we had an advantage, it's like, why settle? And we had more quickness in the post, because I think then when you drive and you get a few points, then it's easier to step out and hit your 3. Because you're already in the game, not just coming out and just trying to hit tough shots. But, one of those players, Marley and Kat, they're not going to go like 1 for 5, 0 for 2, so that's 1 for 7. I think that Marley has a really good three-point shot. Kat has a really good three-point shot. So they are going to make the shots. Marley's a freshman. Kat's been out for a long time. So once she gets her confidence back and stuff, she'll be fine. I think there's going to be nights where she's going to go 7 for 8. So I think that's just a matter of time. So I'm glad. People don't remember she's been out a while. So when you're just coming back and working through all that, you're rusty at first, and that's normal. So I'm not concerned with that at all. But I don't want to be 17% from the 3, but a lot of things that we can improve on, they're controllables. So as this team's improving and working on reading defenses and being able to execute, that's why I called that quick timeout. I called a timeout, and I called a quick one and just got in their shorts for a second, because we have to be able to execute stuff. We're going to have to be able to do the little things. And I think that the controllables are boxing out. The controllables are running the floor, playing defense, being in gaps, and help. I think those are things we can control, so that gives me optimism, because we can get better in those areas. I can't control how much depth we have, I can't control how tall we are, but I can control other things, and if we can execute schemes, then we can be all right.
I know you said you wanted to play kind of an up-tempo style, or at least, how do you balance that with the lack of depth that you have?
That's why it's hard. I want to play up tempo in spurts like we did tonight. So I want to run the floor. We can, but we can't run the floor for 40 minutes. And the thing is, we're not going to be a stellar, big, defensive stopping, pressing team. So in order to run, you have to get stops. So we have to be solid in the half court, and that's with boxing out. That's with contesting shots. That's with being really good in help side and rotations. That will enable us to run. But if we can't do those things like we did at times tonight, we couldn't run. Like when she played great on-ball defense and pressure, because of her athleticism, we got the plays. But overall, we're not going to be a team that's going to have 15 steals a game or 8 steals a game. We're going to be more contained, smart, and then run at times. But because we don't have a lot of depth and we just don't have a lot of bodies, we can't play just up-tempo the whole game. And so we have to be able to execute in half court. And that's why reading's important. Like Lucia did a great job with Destiny tonight. Reading the pick and rolls, they were going under, we were rescreening, we were slipping, we were doing different things, and that's really huge because that's hard to guard. So once they learn, and the players besides Lucia can do that, we're going to be a lot more efficient.
We have time for 1 or 2 more.
Kiana is one player that does have a lot of size. It seems like when she was in, she causes havoc on defense. But what does she have to do to earn a bigger role?
Well, she's got to be able to execute offense. So right now she's got a tough time learning the plays, which is she's a freshman. It's okay, and she's never been taught a lot of things. So no one's ever taken the time to work with Kiana and develop her. So this is the first time she's being developed. So everything is new for Kiana. Post moves, how she posts, where she runs, everything is new. So it's hard. There's a big learning curve. So she's got to be able to. She can't have 4 fouls in 5 minutes 4 fouls in 5 minutes. So she's got to be able to be a certain type of defense that we want on the post. She can't just stay behind and go to block shots, because she's not 6'5", and as we play better teams, they're gonna be the same. She has to be more disciplined. So, she's gonna have to just continue to execute plays, set good screens without fouling, be able to alter shots and rebound, and those things, that'll be fine.
Last one here.
Yeah, Julia, you were all over the court. You were doing what she preached last year about 50-50 balls. You were on that. You were getting the rebounds, getting the steals. There was like nothing that you weren't doing on the court tonight. Is that what you've been doing all off season and working on that? Because it seems like you put it all together tonight.
Yeah, but I think tonight was a lot better. Like, I've been working on that in practice, obviously, but like, I don't know how to explain it. I was just all over the place. I just felt if something needed to be done, I was trying to do it. Like, I just feel like I needed to step up in order to get my teammates going. So that's basically my main thing.
Just for the little things are important too right now.
Yeah. It was exciting. I was
Nice
excited.
alley-oop off the break, too.
Yeah, damn, I was like, damn, that's nice. And then I told her, when you have an alley-oop like that, and then it's like, whatever, 35 points, you can't grab your ankle, you just gotta act like it doesn't hurt after your hamstring. I was like, it was too nice to grab your ankle after,
I got a
but
cramp.
no, it was fun. She did get, I knew you got a cramp.
I always do that to Lucia though. I point up and
That was nice. We had some good transition bets, so there are a lot of
That was
positives.
top 10 play.
There's a lot of things to work on, but there were some positives to take from tonight. And the big thing about this year is process. I'm not looking at, records right now. I'm looking at every day getting this team better. So adding small things every day. We don't have it, we're so young, you can't add 20 things because it would be a disaster. Just the main things we're having a tough time retaining. So I'm someone like, I'd rather do 5 things really good than 10 things average. So I think just the process of every day getting better is making improvements skill-wise, so working on skill development every day in fundamentals. Then as they improve, then overall, our team will get better. And so we should look different in October than we do in January. I think you saw that last year, so it's the process of building a championship culture. It's what that looks like. It's running on and off the floor. It's huddling. It's going for the 50-50 balls, because those are things that we can control. So we're establishing that foundation for the future.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.